Hi everyone! Welcome back. I still don't know what I'm going to call this video, but I'm thinking something like what the year of the horse wants you to do. I don't know if that's bad. I'll figure it out. Basically, I feel like I have implemented a lot of ways of life, I guess, that have really helped me to achieve what I want to achieve and become the person that I want to be. Sorry, my friend's texting me. I'm going out tonight. I don't know if you can tell. This top, I could do a whole video on this top in itself. This top is so versatile. I can't even get into it because I won't be able to stop. But this is the way I'm wearing it today. Shall I actually show you? Let me show you properly, and then I'll actually start talking. So this is what she looks like today. Oh, she's very out of focus. There we go. And the back. Let me show you the back. Oh my gosh. Hold on, I need to time my pasta. Listen, I'm a multitasker. Yeah, I've got a lot going on. Anyway, here's the top. Really excited to go out, explore some new places in town, and just enjoy myself. Do you know what I mean? So first thing I'm gonna say that I keep saying in every single one of my videos is it is the year of the horse, and you have to take that seriously. You have to start taking it seriously, because the way that I have been living my life just from this perspective is crazy. Like, it's crazy. So, you know those doubts in your head and the negative thoughts that come up when you're about to do the thing? And I can give you a real life example. Here she is with the examples. I am passionate about dance. I have kind of always been a dancer in some way, and I just had this idea that I wanted to teach my own class. I wanted to put on some kind of class or workshop. Instead of thinking about it, I'll come back to the doubts and stuff, but instead of thinking about it, do you know what I've done? I've emailed somewhere I thought I could do it without thinking about, can I do this? Do I have any choreography prepared? No. Have I ever done this before? No. I'm still going to act as if I'm doing this. So I email this studio that I want to do the workshop in, and I see, is it suitable? What's the vibe? They get back to me and they're like, yeah, come down, have a look at it. The next day, I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going to view this studio. Again, I'm not saying that in this time I'm just like, wow, this is perfect. I'm not nervous at all. Let me tell you, I have been in fight or flight all month, because I've been doing things that are making me feel sick. I've been doing things that make me feel sick with nerves, but do you know what it is? I'm so excited too. And that's how I know this is something I need to do. So, first tip, make yourself feel sick. Basically, if you are really terrified, then you're doing a good job. Do you know what I mean? Anyways, to get back to it, I started having doubts when I went to the studio, and I came back. I was having doubts, and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Who do I think I am? And we'll get back to that one as well. I started to think, who do I think I am running a workshop? I've never done this before. Why do I think I know what I'm doing? Why do I think I'm going to be good at this? All these thoughts running through my head. And do you know what I did? I did it anyway. The thing that I didn't used to understand was, how do some people just do things? You know, how are some people so fearless? How are some people so confident, right? It's not, I mean, maybe they are. Maybe there are people out there who genuinely don't get nervous about things. But honestly, now that I'm becoming one of those people who just does the thing that they want to do without overthinking it, I am not some crazy confident person. I get nervous, I get anxious, I have really bad social anxiety, but let's not get into all of that, right? It's not that you will become immune to fear, and it's not that you will miraculously start believing in yourself. You just have to act like you do. And I know people keep saying this, but it's just so true. And I kept having these doubts. I go back anyway. I feel sick. Again, I'm walking down the road, going to this studio and I feel sick. Everything in me wants to turn around and not do it, but I do it anyway. And that is how you start doing the things you actually want to do. You have to stop waiting around for this magical day where you finally feel ready and you feel confident and you feel like you can do it. The day's not going to come because we have this, I'm going to have to go, oh my god, I'm going to forget about my pasta. This comfort zone that we have, it just expands and sometimes it contracts again because we stop doing things, but it's expanding, expanding, expanding. So you're never gonna, as long as you're growing, you're never going to get rid of fear. You're never going to get rid of feeling like, oh, can I do this? Can I do this? But if you're constantly growing that comfort zone, that's exactly what you're doing. You're not comfortable anymore. So anyway, I'm gonna go eat my pasta. I'm gonna come back and we'll talk about some other things. I can't be late, right? I've got to run behind. What? Okay, actually, I'm leaving a bit later. That's good. So yeah, to round up that last point, and I might come back to that because there's more to this story and it got crazy. The tests I was experiencing, and by tests I mean like when you're about to do something that you really want to do, something 9 times out of 10, something will probably come up that will deter you away from doing it, whether it's your own thoughts, somebody else's opinion, or an event, something that happens that makes you question what you're doing. I believe they are literally tests to test our ability to stay on track and to follow through with what it is that we want to do. So anyways, that's my first point. Stop taking doubts or thoughts or opinions from other people seriously. Stop allowing them to actually dictate how your life is going to pan out, because that is dangerous. That is very dangerous. Okay, another one is boundaries. I love talking about boundaries and they have allowed me to be the person that I've always wanted to be. I used to be a very nice person, or the nice girl. Let everything slide. If anyone ever did anything to me that made me upset, I would never bring it up. Massive fear of conflict. So I used to be awful with boundaries, like didn't even know that I didn't have boundaries kind of thing. Anyways, if you met me today, it's a very different story. I'm a very boundaried person. And sometimes I think to myself, am I implementing too many boundaries? And then I'm like, no, I'm not. So don't be afraid to disappoint people. That's a massive one. You have to get used to disappointing people, because if you're constantly trying to just make people happy, you will disappoint yourself. Somebody always has to be disappointed, right? Whether you choose what you want to do or what somebody else wants to do, somebody is getting a little bit let down or a little bit disappointed. Stop letting it be you every time. Stop disappointing yourself every time. Allow yourself to disappoint people. If you want to leave early and it disappoints someone, they'll get over it. And if they don't, they don't. Simple as that. I mean this in a way of, if you have a want or a need and you keep suppressing it to make somebody else happy, it's just not going to work out for you. It's really not. You're also teaching other people that you don't respect yourself and you don't listen to what you want and what you need. And naturally they will follow suit. They will treat you the way that you treat yourself, because that's just the way things are. People subconsciously pick up on the way you treat yourself and they treat you a similar way. That's not a blanket statement, but generally when we're talking about boundaries and things like that, you almost can't blame people for stepping over your boundaries if you don't have them in the first place. That's another thing, that you have to stop blaming other people for where you are in your life and how you live your life. And you have to really start taking that responsibility on and listening to what it is you want. When do you want to go home? Do you even want to go to this thing that you've been invited to? You're allowed to say no. I know, it's a massive revelation that I have myself come across in the past few years, and it's been amazing. You will start enjoying it as well. I'm going to move on from this point because this video is not all about boundaries, but you will start to enjoy saying no. And I know it feels like you're so far away from that, but you will begin to enjoy it and to feel empowered within it and to know I don't have to go to that because I just don't have to and I don't want to, so I'm not going to. And a massive point here is the right people want to hear your limits and boundaries. Let me say that again. The right people who you need around you want to hear what your limits and boundaries are. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to put in here actually the definition of a boundary, because sometimes we get confused and I want people to know what a boundary is, because once you actually know what a boundary is, you can protect yourself so much, and it's amazing. So a boundary is not a request. A request is something that you ask of someone that is completely out of your control. Can you stop shouting at me? That's a request. The other person does not have to do that. They can continue shouting at you if they want to. A boundary is, if you continue to shout at me, I will remove myself from this conversation. I will be done with this. That's a boundary. If there's something going on that you don't like, you have behaviours in mind that you can use to protect yourself. And that is ultimately what a boundary is. It's a way that we can protect ourselves, and it should not rely on other people's behaviour, because that, again, is a dangerous game that we don't want to play. Okay, this is another one that I have been loving recently. I stole this from Florence Given, who just gives me is it a weekly dose? I think she posts every week. I'm not even gonna, I think you just, after this video, obviously not now, but after this video, go and watch her channel, go and listen to her podcast. She will make you feel unstoppable. And that's all I will say on that. But you know that you're doing something right when you start feeling like people are looking at you in a way of, who do you think you are? Or who does she think she is? And when you start thinking, why do people keep looking at me like that? Or why do I get the sense that people are thinking about me in that way? That means you're doing something right. That means you're dressing the way you want to dress. That means you're wearing eyeshadow around the house just because you want to. That means you're starting a dance workshop with no experience of running a workshop. Like, that means you are doing the things that you want to do despite what everyone else might think about it. So if you start getting that sense that people are like, who does this girl think she is? Why does she think she can do all this? Like, that means you're doing something right. Because at first, when I started feeling this, it was eating away at me, and I was like, I hate this feeling. I hate the way people are, not all people, but there were certain people that were looking at me in this way, or giving me this impression that they thought, who the do you think you are, Laura? And I'm a gorgeous, beautiful, talented, inspired person. That's who I am. So last time I checked, that's who I was, that's who I still am, and you're gonna have to deal with it. And that's basically the way you have to approach these people. Not actually say that to them. Don't waste any energy on people like that. Another one is inspired by something that I've heard before. Don't listen to your feelings, follow the plan. I think something like that, we've all heard some version of that. Feelings don't matter. Doesn't matter if you don't feel like doing it, you should still do it. Now, I don't necessarily disagree with this, because I do this every single week, and I'll get into another example because I love examples. The issue I have with this statement is that I feel like it completely suppresses feelings, and it makes feelings seem like these inconvenient things that we have to deal with. I believe that if we actually listen to how we feel, it will actually help us to take action in a healthier way, rather than completely shutting them down and just doing the thing. Now, I might have interpreted this in a complex way that didn't need to be interpreted that way. I may be spiraling with this thought. Basically, I mean, as a therapist, I'm very, very pro feelings, pro feel how you feel. I believe we can't reach our full potential without listening to how we feel, genuinely. So, and what I mean by this is to notice patterns of feeling and kind of collect it, I guess, like data. Maybe this is just the way I think about it. So here's my example. Every single week I go to my heels class, which, like, I'm obsessed. I'm just loving it at the minute. Anyways, every single week I go to my heels class, but every single week, without fail. And bear in mind, I have been going to this class since November last year. So that's November, December, January, February, like almost 5 months. Every single week I have a conversation with myself and I'm like, maybe I won't go tonight. I don't know if I'm feeling it. Every week. And it's hilarious to me because I know I'm going. I go every week, but I have this dialogue of, I'm not sure, and this doubt and this feeling, this other part of me that is like, I don't know. This is why I think it's important to listen to how you feel, because now I've collected this data of how I feel and how I act and the way that this feeling kind of lingers. I know what it is, and I know that it doesn't mean I don't want to do the thing. So if you start to listen to how you feel, you really get to know yourself. I know the exact feeling that I go through every single week, and it doesn't scare me. I don't have to suppress it. I don't have to push it down. I just listen to it and I do the thing anyway. So listen to your feelings and still do the thing anyway. That is my point. Don't just suppress your feelings, not listen to them, shut them down. Listen to them and do the thing anyway. We can do both. We can do it all, okay? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna round it up soon, guys, but one of the last things that I want to say, again, not my idea, but something that has completely shifted the way I think about my goals and passions and plans, is to get rid of discipline. But hear me out. I don't use the word discipline with myself anymore. Instead, I am devoted. I'm not disciplined, I'm devoted. I hate it when people like stand outside my house. Like, no peps today. Do you know what I mean? Keep it moving. This guy's like lingering. He doesn't even know I exist, but it's like, why is he lingering around this car? Anyway, ever since I have adopted this new mindset of I am devoted. I mean, just the word. I was even thinking about getting this tattooed on my body, and I'm not even that much of a tattoo girl. I've got like 2 tattoos. Anyway, ever since I have told myself I'm devoted to my heels class, I am devoted to being an artist, you know, whatever that means to you. I'm devoted, and it just gives this other feeling to it that discipline just doesn't give. Discipline, the word discipline, is possibly to do with the way that we have been using it. It's a very cold, harsh, bleak word to me. It feels, you know, when I think of discipline, I think of like doing something I don't want to do, and I'm not the type of person that does things that I don't want to do. A lot of the time, the things that we don't want to do, we actually really want to do. Does that make sense? Like, even take the gym, for example, which seems to be a big one with like the discipline culture. People who, you know, maybe go to the gym and they're like, oh, I need to be more disciplined, I need to get up earlier, I need to whatever. What about you devote yourself to building your dream life? What about you're devoted to working out every day? Do you know what I mean? It just gives it a different vibe. But do you know what? If you want to use the word discipline, I'm not going to stop you, but I just thought I'd share this because for me, like, completely has changed the way that I view my goals and the things that I want to do and the things that I know I need to do to get to the next step, get to the next point. Anyways, guys, I'm pretty sure that was everything I wanted to say. So to conclude, Look out for the tests that make you want to give up, because they are just tests. You can get through them. Stop taking your doubts and your negative thoughts so seriously. They're not facts, they are just thoughts. Make sure you have boundaries in your life, otherwise you'll probably never get anything done because you have no boundaries. You will definitely not live the life that you want to live if you don't have boundaries, and I know that for a fact. From a theoretical perspective and from a lived experience. If people start thinking about you in a certain way, like, who does she think she is? You've made it, or you're in the process of becoming the person you want to be. Listen to your feelings and do the thing anyway, and be devoted, not disciplined. That's it. And yeah, it was great to chat with you again, and I hope you guys are enjoying the new year, because I myself do tend to start my year in March. The girlies know, I'm not even going to get into it, but it's the new year, do you know what I mean? It's actually April as I film this. Anyways, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go meet my friend. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go wear my new top, and yeah, I'll probably see you soon. Bye.